So, are we ready to roll there, Mr. JJ?
Let's do this thing.
All right, good. Hey guys, Brent Abel here. Goldballhunting.com, webtennis.com, formerly webtennis.net. I think, my wife's business, myspies.com. What else can I shove in here? Let's just stick with goldballhunting.com. The other dude over there next to me, Jeff Jacklich from Napa, California. Jeffrey, how are you today?
Fantastic. It's been a beautiful day, although I can see, looking out the window right there, that the next chunk of rain is going to be coming in, I think, tonight sometime. But it's been a beautiful day.
That's cool. Well, good. Well, guys, listen, here's what we're doing. We're trying to help three types of tennis players. Number one, those guys and gals who are playing tournaments, whether they're playing local, regional, state, national, interplanetary, I don't know, whatever tournament you're playing in, and you're only getting through the first round or two of the Pluto International. We're here to help you guys try to bust through those next few rounds. And if you're a league player and you actually want to change the rating label you've got, you're pretty sure the NTRP has you misrated, so you want that next label up there. Rather than begging them to do it, we're going to go ahead and help you get there. Or if maybe your league player just want to win a bigger majority of the matches you're at, whatever rating label you got. And then also, those players, those guys and gals Wednesday night who are playing doubles, or maybe you got a Thursday lunchtime singles,
right?
And you just want to end up every Wednesday night or Thursday as the man or the woman. You're sick and tired of buying beers at night and the trash talking. You don't want to hear any more trash talking. In fact, you want to be doing the trash talking.
That's right.
Those are the kind of players we're here to help. So, guys, a couple ways we're doing that. Jeff and I have produced a free video. It's a private free video about how to reduce your skill level range. You know how it is. You go out there one day, you play great. You're the man on Wednesday night, and you go home, honey, I've got this tennis game figured out. And then the next Thursday, you go out and you lay a steel egg. Boom. It just didn't work out. So your skill level range is that, right? And what we're going to try to help you guys do is reduce your range so that the bottom of that range, you get it every day in, day out, where you get closer. So you can depend on how every day you go out, how you're going to play. And once you do that, once you have a really small skill level range, that's when you build confidence in your game. And
confidence.
That's a good thing. So Jeff and I have produced a video to help you do that. The way to get the video is go to goldballhunting.com. All you have to do is put in your first name and email address, and you'll get access to that video. And then the other thing we're doing, Jeffrey, is we are offering a free, no-charge, complimentary, that's like triple redundant.
Yes. Is it free, Brent?
Yeah. Yes. I'm trying to think of another word for free, no charge, complimentary. Anyway, we're not going to bill you. 10-minute coaching call. And it's with me and or Jeff, or we can do a three-way call. And it's a short time chunk, 10 minutes. So all we're asking is you come armed to that call with just that one thing in your game right now that if you could solve that one thing, that your game would take an instant bump up day in and day out. So we're making that offer now. Don't know how long we'll be able to do that because we're getting swamped here.
It's getting silly.
Oh, it's all good. So anyway, but way
it's
to do
fun.
that,
it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. Shoot us an email. Let us know at goldballhunting.com. Again, that is let us know at goldballhunting.com, and either Jeff and I will get back to you, and we'll set up a time that's convenient for you to jump on the phone with us for 10 minutes. So typically what we do here is we put each other, one day I get to put Jeff on the hot seat, the next day he gets to put me in the hot seat, and literally it's unscripted. He has no idea. Maybe today he knows what's coming, but I don't know. Maybe not. But usually what happens is it's unscripted, and we're just sort of sharing stories from back, from the whole tournament scene, and even some league matches and things that we've gone through. That
being in the trenches.
Yeah, stories from the trenches that our epiphany moments, our aha moments that have helped us become the players that we are and the coaches that we are. And, I've been fortunate enough through some great coaching. I've had some really good coaching. And I've got a little bit of that ADD where once I get the coaching, I want to go out there and I'm going to get this thing done because I kind of like the whole gold ball thing. And if you're a senior player, that's kind of the deal. If you're playing national tournaments, is to win one of these coveted gold balls. I've been fortunate enough to win 10. I don't know how many silvers, 7 or 8 silvers, and a trunk load of bronze balls. Jeffrey,
You're the man.
Well, I'm not the man only because I've had the opportunity. You've been still working. I took off a lot of time.
I'm still trying.
Well, I should say I took off a lot of time playing tournaments when I was in my 40s.
Yeah.
Raised a family, got 3 daughters, and had to get them, on the right path and through
Like
school.
you were busy?
Oh my God!
You were busy?
Yeah, it was crazy, right? It was crazy, but there wasn't a lot of time. For tennis. But since then, and thank goodness for WebTennis.com, which has allowed me to retire from club teaching back in. God, it's been almost 15 years. It's been 14 years since
Holy
2005,
smokes.
which
You're
has allowed me to do this thing, right? Get online and
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and replace that income. And be able to go out there. Jeff he's starting to get back into the hunt. Got a couple silvers, got a bronze, and he's this close from tasting that
But
first
still in the
gold
hunt.
ball.
So that was last week. I added the silver to the collection, and so this if you're silver, that means you were in the match that can get you the gold, and so that's really that's really the deal. And in that match, I made a really focused effort to enjoy the match and just kind of free it up and let myself do that. And I know that's an easy thing to say, but a difficult thing to actually do. But Brandy, you were there. You watched the match. I felt pretty free, like I was swinging pretty free there most of the time.
Well, it's all relative.
Checked up a few times, but pretty good about the way I played.
Hey Jeff, a gold ball match is relative to other skill levels in terms of. You're still trying to break through to that next level, just like when both you and I were starting to play national events. Well, maybe not you, because you were already a good college player, and which I wasn't. So I figured out the game later in life, and that first couple of rounds in national events, it took me a while to get through. I didn't have the right coaching at that time, and it took me a while to finally get through it, bust through it. And but it's all relative. Whether you're trying to get through that first round. Yeah. Or you're trying to get to that first gold ball. It's just a series of progressions of getting there. Same
thing for me playing the pro circuit here in NorCal at the time. The men's open events here in NorCal, which were unbelievably attended by the top NorCal players, Stanford players, Cal players, and then the players that just were in the area who were world ranked and everything. It was just getting through a first round was actually a task.
That's right. Yeah.
It was a big deal, So, it's all relative to where you're starting, where you're at, and it's all the emotions are the same. They're all the same. Doesn't matter if you're a 3-5 going out there for your sectional match,
right?
Whether it's Brent going out there for his a semifinal match, trying to get into the finals, or whatever. All the emotions are the same. It's just a matter of, can you manage it and figure out a way to break through.
All those little voices are popping off.
Oh,
going,
man, so
what?
many.
Shut up. Hey, you shut up. No, you shut up.
It's talk about multiple personalities. You don't realize how many you have until you're in that moment.
That's
and
true.
Then you're just like, holy crap, who are all these people on stage with me? So anyway.
All right, listen, I'm
on the hot seat today.
You're on the hot seat, and I'm going to get to it. So, and this is really an interesting thing that I think a lot of players don't think about the importance of it.
Yeah.
But was there ever a time when you went out there in a match, and we all take our, we got our rackets, and hopefully they're freshly strung and they're ready to go, and you got a little, you got your branch chain amino acids going here and whatever you got, but you're all set, but you may have forgotten to put something in the bag that day. So was there ever a match you played, Jeff, where you went out there and a tweak or something, and the next thing you know is you're going in your bag and you go, oh man, I don't have that thing I need right now?
How is that possible? No, it never happened to me.
Stop the recording.
Never once. No, actually, yes, I can think of a match exactly that, and circling back to junior college under Coach Rich Anderson at Kenyatta, he was the first one that actually made all the players on the team really understand your bag. What are you going to need for the next 2.5, 3 hours while you're out there? Excuse me. And he really educated us on, listen, if you think you're going to need the kitchen sink, shove that in there. Because if that's going to help you win the match, then you should have your favorite kitchen sink with you, right? Whatever it might be. But He was the one that really educated me in that process. And then so since then, it's a standard routine for me to have, everything in the right. I know where everything is in the bag, in the right pocket, into this, into that, and we'll get into that a little deeper here in a moment. But playing senior ball, all of a sudden the bag kind of looks a little different inside because you have different different needs.
You've got copious tubes of Bengay in there. Is that?
Or Icy Hot, or you got a jar or two of Advil, or that the one you can get at Costco looks like a salt lick that horses use, and it's just an Advil like that, and you just have it on your nightstand, right?
Right. That's right.
So anyway, I find myself in 2012 playing the 50s doubles at the Pacific Southwest at the John Wayne Tennis Club there in Newport Beach. And I think it's now called it's not called the John Wayne anymore. But anyway, beautiful club, great center court. It's a fabulous facility to play at, and it's a great tournament to play. And So I find myself first round match. We're playing a good team right out of the gate. I think we were seeded second, I think, because we had just won Berkeley and Marin up here in NorCal. Both of those are Category 2, with Marin being a Super Cat 2. So we went down to Southern Cal to play the Pacific Southwest, and so we find ourselves seated second, and we have a tough first round match. There's no gimme anywhere along the way here in this tournament, and it's late afternoon. It's a little muggy. It's I wouldn't say not extremely hot, but just a little muggy. So you're full blown sweat. I had a good warm up. 3 games in, or 2.5 games in, I'm serving, and I go up, hit my first serve. It's 40 love. I hit my first serve, and I turn around before my ball even hits the ground because I'm looking for the ball that hit me in the left calf.
Ouch.
Right? I'm literally looking around the court. Where's the ball? It had that much impact on my calf that it's like there had to be a ball that hit me. And then I took 2 steps, and it felt like somebody had a branding iron holding it to my calf. And I realized at that moment that I had an issue. I mean, it was just getting hot all of a sudden, right? So I realized I have an issue here.
Yeah.
So I walk very, very gently, without kind of showing the opponents that I've injured myself, right? And so actually the first thing is I look at John and I go, was the serve in? And so the serve was in. The guy hacked the return, so we're out of the game. So now we're up 3 love in the first set, right? So we're playing well, playing solid, and I walk over and I sit down very quietly, and I look at John and I go, John, I don't know if I can continue. I think I just pulled my calf really bad. And he goes, wait a second. Okay, listen, we're not doing anything yet. We're not backing out of this match yet. Blah, blah, blah. He slows me down. And I'm looking through my bag for a wrap for my calf. And I realize that's one of the items that I don't have is a wrap for my calf and the proper, tape to go with it. And so I'm in a little bit of a panic all of a sudden. And luckily, a friend of mine, Dennis Killalea, maybe you know Dennis, DK, in Southern Cal.
I know Dennis maybe a little bit too well.
Okay, there you go. We'll save that story for another time. So,
yeah.
So anyway, so DK is watching the match, and so I call him over, and DK, listen, this is what I need. I give him my laundry list of what I need. And so he runs out to the local, the drugstore to get what I need.
Yeah.
And John and I switch sides, and we figure out, it's like, okay, listen, if I'm at the net, I'm staying at the net. I'm not covering any lobs. And I go, John, if I'm back returning, I'm just going to wail on forehands. I'm not coming in. And so we kind of map this out. So we end up losing the next 2 games because I'm still like trying to figure out how to be mobile but not. and then they figured out kind of quickly that I couldn't really move.
Right.
So then DK shows up on the next changeover. So we lose the 2 games, just enough time for DK to get the stuff and get back to the match. And I wrap my calf like tight enough to make my toes turn blue, right? And so all of a sudden, because it's wrapped, I can move a little bit, and I feel okay. I can relax just a little bit. But we kept the same plan, but my mobility was a little better. Anyway, that really saved the day, and we ended up winning the match. And we ended up winning the tournament, as a matter of fact. And I played on that the whole week, which I shouldn't have done because it took me about 6 months to recover from it. So not a good idea, people, right? But you're an idiot. You're in the middle of a match. You're playing a tournament. Like, listen, I'm Iron Man. I'm going to do this, and we can win this, right? So we did it. But the moral of the story is that there I was in this situation, and I did not have what I needed in the bag.
Right.
Just for lack of kind of overconfidence, really. It's like, I've never had a calf problem before.
Well, I was going to say, if this had been chronic, then you would have really been dumb. But it sounds like this was the first time it had ever happened.
It was the first time, right? But and what really kind of got me, though, is normally I do have an ace bandage or wrap in my bag, and for some reason I didn't have it that match, you know. And so,
well, look, I'm going to do a little shameless plug here for Body Helix, and because they make compression wraps, I guess is the term. They make compression wraps, and Fred Robinson, who's one of the top guys in the world in his age group every year. Right now, he just aged up into the 65s, I guess, last year. But this guy's a genius, smarty pants dude, and he got sick and tired of the ace bandage thing, right? Yeah. And it just wasn't working. So he went out and figured out how to create this compression wrap. For what I use one on my wrist now, just because I just sort of need it. And then he's got these elbows, he's got knees, he's got thighs. Jeff Seichman. I mean, Jeff Seichman is head to toe Body Helix. The
mummy.
Of course, Jeffrey likes to do every different color under the rainbow, so there's no rhyme or reason to it. But these are the best wraps I've ever found. In fact, what I'll do is I'll make sure that I leave a link to, if I forget, I won't forget to, but it's Body Helix, BODYHELIX.com. And they're not cheap because the quality is so good. But what I would hope you would say is that, well, if you've never had this kind of injury before, a calf injury, is that maybe like we do with tennis rackets, right? How much do we spend on rackets? It's ridiculous. How much do we spend on shoes? How important are these things to our game, right? Especially tennis shoes. I mean, spending over $100 on tennis shoes is all day long. And all day. So why wouldn't you invest in like a one-time thing? Because it's not like you're to go through a whole gamut of Body Helix compression sleeves. Right. So just go get go get an elbow. Go get all these different wraps. Get 4 or 5 different wraps. Now you got them in your bag. Right. You may never, ever have to use them, and that's great. But there's going to be a time, and it could be that one time when you're in your gold ball match where all of a sudden you're trying so hard that you yank that little glute butt muscle that attaches to your hamstring. And the next thing you know is, man, if I had a wrap for that right now, I might be able to get through this match and get over to the trainer and get fixed up and all that kind of stuff. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, man.
So, I definitely wrist, elbow, knee, and a thigh, all neoprene wrap, and a calf, of course. So I have in my bag, I have 2 different types of calf sleeves. I have 2 knee braces that have actually side lateral support, because I had my knee done back in 2014, at the end of 2014, beginning of 2015, and
But those are things. I mean, you wear that brace all the time anyway, right?
I wear it when I play. I don't
Yeah.
wear it day to day. I don't even wear it when I teach most of the time.
Right.
I just wear it when I play, because I know when I play, I'm letting it out, and so I don't I don't hesitate. I don't favor it at all. For me, it just gives me a little warm fuzzy to have it on. So
Same with me. I mean, my left knee's a little weak. It's been weakened over the last few years playing in the grass, and the grass footing gets a little slippery out there, and you're competing like crazy, husband-wife grass, and you got to go for it, because you don't want your wife to think, well, no dinner for you tonight. If you don't get that
That's
ball,
right.
if you don't dive for that ball, there's no dinner. So there have been times I've been known to kind of go down and give it a
On the
little
grass,
extra effort.
that's easy.
And my left knee is sort of taking the brunt of those falls, and so I just wear one now. I don't have any pain in my left knee, but just like you said, a little warm and fuzzy, so I know I got some protection, just a little extra support. I don't need I don't have to wear what you do, which is the real brace. Mine's just a body helix thing. So Jeff, I think that's really a good story about not being prepared. And I mean, my bag of tournaments is ridiculous. It's it's kind of crazy when I'm here, but when I travel, I'm telling you, I throw in the whole kitchen sink, because I don't know what's going to happen. And
you got no idea.
I'll take a couple extra sets of string, just knowing, even if my rackets, I take 3 rackets, they're freshly strung. What are the chances I'm going to break one in the next 7 days if I play every match in the tournament? 0. However, there's been that time when maybe the stringer kind of screwed up and maybe made the knot a little bit too tight. The next thing you know is 2 days, boom, it pops.
It breaks. Or did he burn the string pulling one through because he got distracted? Not that it's the stringer's fault, but it happens. I've strung thousands of rackets in my day. And even on the best day, sometimes, you get a little distraction, you pull that string on the cross string through and you burn a string. And now you've cut the string maybe halfway. And so all of a sudden, 2-3 sets in, the string pops. So you just don't know. So you got to be. What
would be the one thing? Let's do this. What's the one thing in your bag when you travel that anyone listening to this probably doesn't have in their bag?
Wow. What is the one thing that they probably don't have? Probably, I'm going to say, I like to use Noon, the electrolyte tablets.
Right.
That way I'm not carrying jars of Gatorade and stuff out. All I need is a 16-ounce jar, and I can get that at the club if I want to, if I, whatever. And then they can drop the tablets into the water. Most clubs at these national events have water on the court.
Yeah.
But if not, usually there's a water station somewhere. And so I'm not worried about having to get, is there Gatorade at the club? Do I need to get down to the local store to do something? The Noon tabs are about this big. They're about the size of a quarter.
How do you spell them?
N-U-U-N. Noon. And they're about the size of a quarter and about half an inch, 3/8 of an inch thick, and it's for 16 ounces of water, and it's 100% potassium, magnesium, calcium, and it's naturally sweetened now, and there's lots of different flavors and all kinds of stuff, and you can go to their website noon.com and find this stuff. But I find that that's really easy to travel with because it comes in a tube.
Yeah. Good.
And so it's on the court with me. It doesn't add like 16, 32 ounces of weight that I'm carrying around.
Right.
I see guys with their jug, and that's great. That's their process. For me, I don't like the extra baggage.
Yeah.
So that's an item that I'm always sure of. But circling back to the bag itself, is that I know where everything is in my bag. I go out to the court sometimes and I see players out there and they open up their bag, and it just looks like a black hole. It's like what?
Where is that?
Yeah, it's like,
Where's that
yeah.
thing that I think I
They
might have
open
put
it
in
up.
there?
Yeah, they open it up and it starts creating its own gravitational pull. There's just so much crap in there, and it's just not organized at all.
Yeah.
I go out there on the court, I zip my bag. I know my knee braces are in this pocket. My calf braces and the other brace are in this pocket. This pocket houses my phone, my car keys, my money, blah, blah, blah. This pocket has my noon, whatever, if I'm using goo or whatever, any kind of energy thing, a chew or something, that has that in it. It might have, it also might have 2 rolls of athletic tape. You got to have that in your bag. You got to have athletic tape in your bag. If you're a KT tape person, you got to have that. What does it take to have that stuff ready? 3 to 4 rackets, depending on my travel, what's happening.
Right.
Well, these are just the basics. A
Yeah.
towel I brought, my
Yeah.
towel.
Yeah.
I like to have my towel. Is it a superstition thing? A little bit. I like to have.
Well, you don't
towel.
want to steal. You don't want to steal the club's towel.
No, but use the club's towel. It's good extra when I'm there.
Yeah.
I'll grab one, so
Right.
I have mine and the extra. But I mean, I had started using my son's in 2012. His Spider-Man beach towel I kind of stole that from him, and that was my towel. And John and I won, I think, 7 Cat 2 titles in a row. And that towel had to be with me. That was the towel,
Yeah. That's good. That's
I mean,
good.
So I mean, whatever psychologically puts you in that place. But here's the thing, though, that I don't think players understand. When your bag is disorganized and you don't have everything that you need and everything in its place, it's a reflection of your mental state. If you have to hunt and peck through your bag on a changeover, and then you don't actually find it for another 2 changeovers to finally find your chewy or your goo or whatever it is you need, you just wasted 4 games with that crap running around in the back of your mind, wasting hard drive space that you could have been focused on. Maybe I should hit a kick or serve here first. But so
Let's see. Where's my goo? Oh, double
where's
fold.
the goo?
Okay.
Oh, that's right. I put it in with my car keys today because blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So as silly as this sounds, organize your bag to be efficient and know where everything is in it. Because then when it's sometimes to prep the bag, you just go into the pocket and you look and you go, oh, okay, I need an extra knee brace in there. And then you look in the other pocket, oh, I need an extra one of these. Or this one's getting worn out. I should refresh that. And you just systematically go through it. So when you walk on the court, it's like it's like a steamer trunk that you zipped it open, you clicked it, and there it is, and then you got your stuff.
All these different shelves start kind of cascading out.
I know for me, it brings a sense of calm to me, knowing that I've got my stuff, I prepared properly there. Let's get on with playing tennis now. And so, as silly as some of our players might think this is, I can tell you, you will find that it actually helps you stay calmer in the moment because you are organized.
I played a match a long time ago. Must have been in the 50s. Really long time ago. And I'm playing the great Brian Chaney. And I believe it was the 50 hard courts in Santa Barbara.
Was it hot?
In July, it was hot. It was really hot. And we did not have any shade. And we were on opposite sides of the court, and we didn't have any shade. There was no, there was nothing there. And, I mean, if you wanted to go inside, the clubhouse during the side change, which you can't do, that would have been the only shade. So I'm sitting there after the 3rd game, right? Because the first game, you warm up, you play the first game, you don't really sit down, you just keep going. And then finally after the 3rd game, I sit down, and, man, I'm already just gushing. Right, it's hot out there, and I'm just taking some water and trying to look around for my towel. Like you said, I really wasn't quite sure where I'd put it. And then I look up and I look across, and here's Brian Chaney, and he's got an umbrella, and he has pulled an umbrella out of his bag, and he's telescoped it up, and he's holding it between his knees, and he's very calm. It's like he's on the beach and he's just enjoying it in the shade, and he's sipping his water and he's sort of toweling himself off. And I'm going, Man, oh man, would I like? Could I go over there and sit with you, Bry?
Right. Hey, can I get some of that?
Yeah. So that was that was something for me where it was an instant drop in confidence because I knew that he was better organized than I was, and
Right.
the message I kind of felt was he wants it more than I do.
Right.
And we had a very close match, and I'm not saying it was the umbrella that pulled it out because it was like 5-6,
Right.
but maybe who knows? I don't
Well,
know.
maybe did being just a few degrees cooler on the changeover, let him be just a little bit fresher at the end of each. You know what I mean? And that's the thing I think the players out there really have to understand. Matches are won by just little bits. I
Right.
mean, literally 1 point. Literally 1 point. And you know what? I mean, I've played matches where I've won more games than my opponent, and I lost the match. It happens.
That's right.
And in these situations, when it's extraordinarily hot or is it really cold, every day is unique, and you should look at every day first with your basic bag. What am I going to need today? Possibly extra. Should I put in an extra fleece vest? It's pretty cold. Do I want to have a hat? Do I want to wear a beanie? I played a college match in Reno one year, and it literally started snowing in the middle of the match. Now
Right.
it was just it was drifty stuff. It was just kind of drifting across the court, but it was snowing. And luckily, the guy wasn't that good, and I was able to get it done. But I played that whole match in a full warm up and a down vest
Yeah.
and a beanie.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're ready.
so
You literally had the whole kitchen sink that day.
so
Hey,
anyway,
listen,
can't encourage him enough to get organized.
Yeah, and I'm gonna I was hoping you might tee me up with, well, Brent, what's the one thing in your bag that you're carrying these days that the guys might
There you
not
go.
know about? But there's actually three things that I've recently, I would say in the last couple of years, that I travel with that I didn't before, and they're bulky. One thing is I take that 12-inch black foam roller with me. And
Yep.
the reason is because I want to be able to do some rolling at night in the hotel room. I don't want to have to be dependent just in the gym. And, I'm a little squeamish around, not that I don't know what the phobia is about germs, but, I just, there's the black, the big black roll over there that someone just got off where they were just
Right.
pouring sweat. I don't think so. So
Yeah,
I've
not so
got my
much.
own little black, 12-incher,
Yeah.
which does fit nicely in the racket bag. So and I can roll in the morning. I can roll after the match at night whenever I want to.
Right.
That's great. The other thing is I take this vegan protein powder with me, which is very clean, very easy for me to digest. But rather than after the match going straight to the bar with the boys and having a couple of brewskis, what's better for me, longevity through these tournaments, as soon as I'm done with the match, I go do my stretching, and then I'll come back and I'll have the guy there. I'll give him a little scoop of my vegan protein mix and say, hey, could you throw a banana in there and just blend it up for me? And it's a little 16-ounce
Right.
thing. I slug that down because I want to get the repair process started ASAP. And I used to not do that. I mean, I was just
Right.
either I was young and dumb or whatever, but I would just go ahead and I was never thinking about recovery, ever. The other thing I take is, as I said, were these branched chain amino acids. It's a supplement, and the reason I take it is because it helps me burn fat during my matches and not muscle. And it's something I've just kind of last couple of years gotten turned on to,
Right.
and so it's it's my BCAAs, right? It's branched chain amino acids. You can buy it. You can buy the big tub. You can buy it in smaller versions on Amazon. But those three things are really something that I
Yeah.
carry with me now in my bag to tournaments. And when I do that, I feel armed and dangerous. I feel
Right.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go, and I don't have any of the excuses that I might have, maybe that I used to have,
Right.
where I could go, well, yeah, man, I just, I didn't roll out, I didn't roll out my hammies enough today, and well, how come?
Right.
Well, I didn't have the roller. Well, how come?
Didn't have the roller.
Well, because I don't have one. Well, how come?
Right.
What are they? What are they going to make or break?
How cheap are they?
How
Right,
cheap
for
do you
that
want to
little
be?
one?
Right.
Right.
Right. So
I mean, I carry. Now that you mention it, I carry. It's called the stick.
yes,
I carry that in my
that's
bag.
true.
It's about the length of a tennis racket, so
Yeah.
it slides right in with your rackets.
Right.
And it's a muscle roller. It's not a foam roller, but it's just a hand muscle roller.
Yep.
And you've seen me. I'm
Yeah.
starting to get ready to go out to the court. I'm rolling. I'm trying to push blood through the muscle fiber and get things loose and warmed up. And so that would be the other, like, if you want to call it, the thing that a lot of players don't have in their bag.
That's really a good one for sure.
Is stick. So anything in that in that category that you feel is comfortable, that is obviously it has to fit in your bag easily, and you don't want something that weighs a lot either. So foam roller is very lightweight. The stick is very lightweight. It slides right in with the rackets. So
there you have it.
Go.
The bag check.
Bag check.
The Jeff Jacklich bag check of 2019. We'll circle back a year from now and see if the contents of the bag check have changed at all. Well, I've got steroids in there now. I've got human growth hormones. I don't know, HGH. No.
Right.
No. So guys, listen. I hope you've hung in with us long enough. And a couple reminders. We want to help you with your confidence. Obviously, that's what gold ball hunting, these episodes are all about. But the way we're going to help you do that, a couple ways. Number one, Jeff and I have recorded a private video for you. It's free, but it's private. The way you get it is you go to, you turn off your phone, and there you go.
Point penalty.
Yeah,
point penalty.
Point penalty, Abel, code violation. Go to goldballhunting.com. You can get access to that free video, just first name and email address, and then you'll get access to it. And the second thing is we are offering, at least at this time, when we've recorded this video, we're offering a free complimentary, no charge, 10-minute coaching call.
Yep.
That if there's one thing in your game that you struggle with, that you just have not been able to figure out, whether it's you're a do-it-yourselfer, which we want to convince you that that's maybe not the best way to get better as a player, but maybe you're working with a pro and you guys are struggling trying to figure out something with your game. We want to jump on the phone with you for about 10 minutes and see if we can't help you do that. The way you get that scheduled is just send an email to let us know at goldballhunting.com, and Jeff and I will get back to you with an email, and we'll find a time that works for you. So on that, Jeffrey, anything else we would like them to do with today's episode?
We'd love you to like us,
push that button,
share us,
push that button, too.
Subscribe button, and leave a comment. Let us know what you think, whether we're helping you out. We want to make sure that we're also providing you guys with something that might be helpful.
Awesome, guys. On that, we're gonna sign out. Get out there today, help someone else have a spectacular day, and Jeffrey, we're going to do this again tomorrow.
Can't wait.